Hello, everyone. This is California Conventions blogcast or podcast. My name is Jeriko, your convention correspondent for this Kumoricon 2023. We have a very special guest interview today, Miss Karen Strassman. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to see us for this interview.
It's my pleasure.
Okay, so let's get started. You've been a guest of honor at Kumoricon from both 2014 and 2019. How has this year compared to the previous year so far?
Kumoricon's my favorite con right now.
Oh.
So other cons can compete, but this people are just wonderful, and they have paint, like oil paint and crayons up in, not even crayons, like oil paint up in the green room, and guests are painting. These people are so kind here. The food is wonderful. The guests are lovely. It's just, it's a big con, but it feels very warm and homey, and so many details have been attended to. It's just, I love it here. I love it here. I'll come back anytime they ask me to.
Aww. So you'd say it's a big con, but that still has that small con vibe? Yeah. I think a lot of other bigger cons are kind of losing that vibe when they get bigger. So I'm really glad Kumoricon's staying that way.
Yeah, and the cosplay this year is spectacular. I am in awe. I am completely in awe. This is like what people have put together is just fun and beautiful, and I'm in awe.
Will you be cosplaying?
No.
Aww.
I just be admiring everybody.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So my next question, in your bio, you stated you've lived almost half your life in France. Regarding your career in both U.S. and France, what are some differences you've noticed between the different acting communities?
That's hard to answer, because I'd say at the base of everything, beautiful acting is beautiful acting no matter what language it's in. A beautiful heart is a beautiful heart. A sensitive heart, a passionate heart is a beautiful and sensitive and passionate heart no matter what language it's in, no matter what culture it's in. There are cultural differences sometimes on set, like when I'm shooting a movie in France, they serve wine at lunch. Wine and beer are available at lunch, whereas in America they don't have wine and beer on the set, but that's part of the French culture. So there are things culturally that happen on set or that are part of the culture. But I'd say an artist, a beautiful, authentic, real artist is an artist in any language,
So it's very transcendental, no matter what.
I'd say so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, talking about your work, talking about France, actually, how often do you travel back there?
Gosh, I haven't been back. When I first moved here, I was going back like twice a year because I had a lot more jobs still going on there, and I was doing a lot of cartoon work in France as well. So I would be back and forth a lot. But now most of my work is in the United States for the most part. And so I'm traveling for conventions, and I'm traveling to see friends, but a lot of the voiceover that I can do for France now, I can do at a distance, so I don't have to travel back. But I do miss my friends, so I hope my friends who are like family to me there, so I hope to get back soon.
Oh, I really hope you do.
Yeah. And if there's a convention out there, I'd be there in a heartbeat. So.
Okay. So going forward, talking about your career, what's something that anime fans such as myself should know more about you or your work in live action movies and television?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I have a really exciting movie coming out called The Onania Club, and it's a movie by the infamous Tom Six, who did the centipede.
Oh.
The human centipede.
Oh.
It's actually a psychological thriller, so it's not horror in the way that was, but it's, we filmed it a few years ago, and it's so intense that there's a lot of he hasn't gotten a good distribution company but it's going to be exciting when it comes out.
Oh, well, I'm looking forward to it.
Otherwise, you guys can see me on Mayans MC, on Bosch, on Preacher, on Creep Show, and a lot of on The Rookie, on CSI Vegas, and then in terms of it's always hard to talk about the upcoming stuff in voiceover because of all the NDAs. But I know people know all the new Bleach stuff has come out, and more to come, and a lot more Sonic stuff will be rolling out with Rouge the Bat. Gosh, what else can I talk about? There's a lot of Blizzard projects that you'll be seeing me in, and just at the most recent BlizzCon, one of my newest characters has kind of made an appearance. She's a pilot, and her name is. It's a play on Amelia Earhart, but it's another name, and I've forgotten it. But she's this really teeny tiny, very intense, violent little tiny gnome of a pilot, Amelia Gnomeheart or something like that. Something like that. It's Nomelia. Nomelia. So she is out and about, airing her badassness. Gosh, and there's probably so much other stuff I just don't know what I'm allowed to talk about.
That's fair, and silence is golden too. I can appreciate that.
And also, just so people know, I am also coaching classes online, and I know that a lot of fans want to work on voiceover, and there's classes that they can get into with Real Voice LA, www.realvoicela.com, strawberryhillstudio.com, the Voice Actors Studio in Vegas, and all of these are online, and there's various levels of classes. So
yeah, weren't you doing some monster voiceover?
Oh yeah, we did monster with yeah. I hope to do that again. People love that. Ooh. Yeah, you follow some of my stuff. That's so cool.
I do my research.
Yeah, so if people want to do that, and there's other voice actors who teach classes with these organizations as well, who are wonderful.
Well, if I can schedule the money, maybe I'll attend class. Okay, next question. You reprised your role as Kallen Kozuki in the Code Geass movies. How was it returning to the role almost a decade after the show first came out?
It was like no time had passed.
Really?
It was like heaven. Except I'll say that she had matured. She was much more in her evolved personality, much more badass. She didn't have to pretend to be that cute high school student anymore.
Right.
Because she'd come out as a badass. So she was really in that badass mode, and a lot less in like, I'm just a high school student, just pretending to be a high school student. So that was cool.
So you could say that a lot of people already knew what that badass mother can do.
Yeah, exactly. And I love Code Geass so much. I think it's just brilliant, and I love. It's an honor to get to play her.
Yeah, I remember watching that series when I was in high school, and I was like just so stoked just watching the series late at night when I should be sleeping for class. But hey, hey, I gotta get it in. It's so much fun. Doesn't make sense half the time, but who cares? I love it. So going forward, my next question. Dawn M. Bennett will be taking over your previous role as Aigis in the upcoming Persona 3 Reload. How do you feel handing off such an iconic role to Dawn?
I haven't heard her in it yet, but I hear she is wonderful. I don't think we've met. And I hear she's just so talented and a lovely, lovely human being. So I'm honored to hand it off to somebody just beautiful and talented. It's also whenever as a voiceover artist you hand off a role or you get replaced or whatever, it's always sad. Like there's a part in my heart that's just like, because Aigis is one of one of my very favorites. I just think that archetype of being a robot and, wanting to feel human feelings, but being a robot is just so beautiful, and wanting to experience, being trapped in a robot's existence, but yearning to feel what love is, yearning to feel what an emotion is. It's just so beautiful, and her transition into that, and she's always been one of the characters that's just, she's very, very dear to my heart. So when they let us know that the whole cast would still be in, so I still had a role in this upcoming game, but just a smaller role.
Okay.
And we were interviewed for the publicity and stuff. Yeah. So they let us know that we would all be still in it, and we'd be interviewed and sort of part of the rollout of it. So they're including us. But I think as anything that's dear to your heart, when you have to let it go or whatever, or passed on to somebody else, there's I was very sad. But she sounds like she's so beautiful, and it sounds like the whole new cast is spectacular. So.
Well, I am looking forward to playing it once it comes out, but I'll definitely be on the lookout for you.
You'll see if you can figure it out.
Oh, you're the OG.
That's an Easter egg. That's an Easter egg. You'll see which one it is.
Okay, almost done. So Nanako Dojima was widely guessed as one of the next protagonists for Persona 5. Since that didn't come true, are you hoping for a reappearance in the next mainline Persona game?
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. Nanako is dear to my heart as well.
I love Nanako.
I love her so much.
It's the cutest. So I think my last question is going to be, what are some future projects that we should be looking forward to? But you probably already mentioned a lot of it. What are some things that you want to continue working with in your coaching and mentoring these upcoming voice actors and actors in general?
I would just really like to encourage people to follow their passion, to follow their heart, whatever that is in any form of their life. And if they are drawn to acting and voice acting, I would encourage them to take as many classes as they can, to do as much theater as they can. I think a lot of people think that voice acting is doing a voice, and voice acting is really making a soul come to life. Whether it's whether it's a monkey or a butterfly or a toad or a wizard or an orc, it's still a soul coming through. And so I always encourage all of my clients to really focus on making that part of them come to life. I mean, there's this example that I often give of Nanako, and people love Nanako so much. And I think that's because I bring my little girl to Nanako. Because otherwise, if you just do a voice,
So if you just do a high-pitched voice, at first it's very sweet, but then if you just keep doing a high-pitched voice, and you just keep doing a high-pitched voice, people will get bored of it because it's just a high-pitched voice. And after you just keep doing a high-pitched voice, then actually people will sort of get annoyed. And then if you just keep doing a boring high-pitched voice, then people will want to slap you. And
so it's just like, but...
Jeriko, hi. If I bring my little Karen and I marry if I marry my little girl Karen inside with Nanako, you're so cute. Then I want to make dinner for you, because I'm gonna make dinner for Big Bro. So I want to make dinner. You're so cute. Anyway, so if you put your own heart and soul, and if I put my own little girl into Nanako, then it's a different thing.
That was amazing. Oh my god.
So you see the difference, and I would encourage, upcoming voiceover actors and clients and everything. You just have to bring a piece of your soul, whether it's an evil, empress or a witch, but you want to find that from inside and bring it through. And acting training is amazing for that.
Oh, I'm so happy you're teaching at the next generation. So, again, thank you so much for your time at Strassman.
pleasure.
I really do appreciate it. Where can the audience find you on the socials?
You guys can find me on Instagram at Karen Strassman. Nobody else seems to have my name, so I get to use it. At Karen Strassman, mostly big time on Instagram, and I always, in my link tree, I always post my upcoming cons, my upcoming classes, and any projects that are going on and stuff like that. My Instagram is at Karen Strassman. My website, if people want to reach me for any reason or sign up for my newsletter, is www.karenstrassman.com. And yeah, I have a fan page on Facebook, but it's been inactive for a little while because somebody hacked into my Facebook. I'm trying to get that. Yeah. I think those are all the places you can find me, and I do have some upcoming cons which are on those sites.
Awesome. I'm hoping we can catch you again
I would
sometime
love
soon.
that. I would love that.
Thank you so much. This is Jeriko from the California Conventions blog, signing out here at Kumoricon 2023. Later. We're good.